I'd rather push my TR than drive an MG. The Prince of Darkness can't catch up with me. Get home before dark, that's the Lucas plan. Dim, flicker off, that's how the lights ran. I'd rather push my TR than drive an MG. That's the way it's always gonna be. TR2.
Another thing that we have on our car is these wedge arrangements to hold the side screens on. So as you can see on our TR3A, we also have this wedge arrangement. And as I've mentioned before, it's because standard Triumph, we're just trying to use up old parts when introducing the new model. The later TR3As have a juice fastener arrangement, which you could look up in Piggott's book if you're so interested. Well, let's quickly talk about the interior. The interior effectively did not change dramatically from one model to the other. In our TR3, I suppose the main difference is the centre panel where the 4 gauges are was covered in leather or vinyl. Whereas in the TR3A, the vinyl was done away with and there was this black crinkle paint finish used in this particular model. Everything else, the glove box, the grab handle, the speedo, the tachometer was all the same. Now obviously our steering wheel is not original. This is the original steering wheel, and I'd better look at the gauges or the speedo and tachometer. The other difference that came between the 3 and the 3A was the seats. In the 3, the seats were a bit longer in the legs, and you will note that it folded over apparently to stop getting the back of your leg sore, and the backrest was quite narrow, very thin compared to the 3A, which I'll show you shortly, and a little bit almost Austin Healey-ish in its design. In our 3A, as you can see, the seats are wider or higher up, a bit more foam under your ass, and the back is substantially wider also. And I must admit, this little car is really quite comfortable to drive in. We've done 12 hours driving with it, and got out of it fresh as daisies. Well, maybe not quite daisies, but fresh. Again, with the engine bay, really not much has changed between all the models. They all stayed basically the same. Perhaps engine size, capacity changed between models, but effectively it's still a Ferguson engine. Wet sleeves, and the radiator is down there somewhere, which is quite a pain in the ass to get out. Well, this is a yellow car. As you can see, the engine bay and all the associated bits are similar. I've made some changes, but it's been an absolutely wonderful car for the 30 years we've owned it, and it was 30 years ago that we did the restoration on this vehicle. We've done every state and territory in Australia, and it's never let us down. It's an absolutely wonderful, wonderful motor car. People ask me often, you know, how much do you think it's worth, or how much did it cost you to build? The reality is, in my mind, it makes absolutely no difference what the cost is or what you could get for it. We have had 25 to 26 years of absolute joy driving this vehicle, and the camaraderie with the TR registered members has been nothing short of absolute fun. Absolute love the club, absolute love these vehicles, and they're just a lovely looking car. Well, I think anyway. Some people might not like them. Well, this yellow car is a primrose yellow, its colour, and as you can see by the signage there, it's actually my wife's car, Leslie. We were fortunate in 2014 to be involved with the Formula One Drivers Parade, and which the Triumph side screens were involved, and I was lucky enough to have Daniel Ricciardo, which was a lovely, lovely man. It was a great, great weekend organised by the Triumph Club. Okay, well, one of the items that is interesting with these little cars is the spare wheel compartment. So you need to use this contraption. Unlock one side. Unlock the other side, and it now comes out. So inside we have our spare wheel, but we have I have a spare water pump just in case. I have a jack, which is not original but it does the job, and you have your spare wheel here with all this stuff inside, which is my spare parts compartment that I keep just in case when we're doing a trip. I haven't had to use it all very much, touch wood, but it just gives you a bit of safety, or you feel comfortable with it. And that's the spare wheel compartment. And if you have anything other than the original size wheel, you can never get the bloody things out because they're stuck in there forever. I'll just put the cover back on before I forget. Now, I have seen these things fall off in trips. They skate down the road and like a surfboard, and have no paint left when they finish. Once you've done that, you should just check to make sure everything's in order, and there you go, a spare wheel compartment done. We're having a drive in a TR at the minute. Going to explain the gauges. She's revving through all the gears. We're in fourth, and overdrive. Look at that. Beautiful. Now this is the fuel gauge, which doesn't work really. It's showing empty, which means there's probably half a tank in it. The second most looked at gauge is the oil pressure gauge, and that's whoops, a bit bouncy. That's always sitting on about 50, 60.
Holy shit!
Gee whiz, 50, 60 pounds of pressure. This is fun driving a TR, and that's the altimeter, which works well, nothing's happening. And the first most looked at after gauge is the temperature gauge. She's sitting between the white line at about 180 degrees. Excellent. Speedo, we're currently doing, I don't know, what are we doing? Probably 100 miles.
Nearly 100.
100 kilometres an hour, 60 miles an hour. And then we have the tacho, and it's sitting on about 2800 revs. And of course we have the air conditioner called the air vent. Open her up, I just feel some fresh air coming in, and close it up. Beautiful. She doesn't go too bad for an old girl.
I thought you were talking about the driver.
Yeah, the driver too. Now I'll try not to bore you too much, but very, very quickly, the blue car we bought 4 years ago from a gentleman in Queensland who was unwell. We don't know a lot about the car other than it was an American vehicle. An Air Force captain owned the car. I tried to find some details about it, but got nowhere very, very quickly. The colour is a Winchester blue. They only manufactured that colour for an 8 or 9 month period, and the majority did go to America. So the car hasn't done a lot of miles. It's attended a couple of concourses and done reasonably well. The yellow one, on the other hand, same thing, was an American delivered car. We don't know a lot about it other than the lady owned it. This car has travelled all of Australia. We went on a trip across the Nullarbor with a couple of mates, a total of 3,400 kilometres one direction, so 6,800 return trip, and it was one of the highlights of owning this particular vehicle. It was a great trip, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. It's done every state and territory in Australia. It's never broken down. Well, let's say it has broken down. We were in Queensland one year and the starter motor decided not to work, so we pushed the bloody thing for a week and a half around Queensland. But it was still a great trip. Great friends and enjoyable time. Well, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a very short introduction on the differences, but for our two vehicles it's a substantial difference, and we just love them. They're just wonderful cars, great cars. And if you have any interest, you should join the TR Register Australia. Great bunch of people. See you later. Bye.
I'd rather push my TR than drive an MG. The Prince of Darkness can't catch up with me. Get home before dark, that's the Lucas plan. Dim, flicker off, that's how the lights ran. I'd rather push my TR than drive an MG. That's the way it's always gonna be. TR2 or a TR3, pure motoring insanity. Oh, I love blasting past those fancy Jags and Heelys, Astons, Rollers, all those high-class wheelies. Leave them choking in my smoky haze while my Triumphs rattles on for days. I'd rather push my TR than drive an MG, laughing while they curse and wave at me. TR2 or a TR3, covered in oil but running free. Lucas built the first short circuit, that's true, and a self-dimming headlamp thanks to you-know-who. But when my TR roars, oh what a sound, even the MGs break down all around. I'd rather push my TR than drive an MG, broken lights but happy as can be. Raise your pint, sing loud and free. Here's to the mighty TR2 and TR3.